Photography Horror Game is an upcoming giallo mystery and detective horror game developed by Puppet Combo and has been currently released as a demo on said developer's Patreon. Judging by most of the content featured in the demo, the game will mostly consist of the player going to designated locations to photograph certain aspects of post-industrial Japanese life for a college photo essay. Riveting, we know. Hopefully, the full game will have more dynamic aspects of captivating horror gaming implemented at a later stage, because if it's mostly getting a hunk of metal to focus and unfocus on a cat turd on a sidewalk, we'd rather play something else. If we had to speculate, we think that the finished product would include much deeper lore in terms of the game's depth and a much longer storyline, along with an attempt to translate aspects of giallo literature and film to video games. As a matter of fact, let's go over that genre. Giallo is a genre of It's not like much of you give a fuck about horror cinema anyway! In summary, the genre consists of murder mystery that contains elements of slasher, psychological horror, eroticism, and thriller. Perfect content for Puppet Combo fans, although the metrics would seem to say otherwise. For obvious reasons, we can't say anything definitive about the final game, but we can say plenty regarding how we feel about the demo, and boy is boring an understatement. I mean, a benzo couldn't put me to sleep faster. I'd rather pay to watch flies fuck. Watching paint dry feels like it should be done at a theater compared to this. It makes seeing grass grow get a standing ovation. There's really not much action in what this demo features, and the bits we do get don't hit remotely as hard as a horror game's hook should. In terms of the general concept of using a camera to advance the gameplay, we're huge fans of Fatal Frame and Outlast, but if what we're seeing isn't a massive step up from this demo, we don't think we're gonna be impressed by the end result. So with the spoiler-free section out of the way, let's get into the plot. Our protagonist, who's named Alan, is about to leave his school to go to his house, but before that, he talks to his friend Angela. Once he steps outside, he remembers that his photo essay is due tomorrow. Fortunately, all he has to do is to take pictures of mundane aspects of life in post-industrial Japan. Yeah, you totally won't look sus taking pictures of people's houses at nighttime. It's not like doing that becomes 10 times creepier if done in the middle of the night. Anyway, he takes pictures of a bus stop and a house, and then a white van honks at him, gladly relieving us of the role of the biggest night sleuth. But not only does he have the courtesy to keep everyone's eyes on himself, he also had enough consideration to transcend the laws of physics while he was at it. Great on you. After Alan takes a picture of a bike, he sees his Elm Street referencing friend Kazuya in an alleyway absolutely hammered. Kazuya tells Alan that he got kicked out of school for drinking during a lesson. What an absolute alpha. After ending the conversation with Kazuya, it was at this point I realized the most entertaining thing in this demo we had was him by the time our conversation elapsed. Knowing this was Japan, a sudden urge to want a nuclear bomb to drop right where I was standing as a wave of post-funny drunkard depression hit me. But then again, maybe it's the urge to watch Oppenheimer again. Anyway, after taking pictures of what he needs to, Alan comes across a woman begging for help on the opposite side of a fence. She says a maniac is chasing after her, and soon enough, in classic horror fashion, something that looks like one of those samurai monsters from that one really bad Snyder movie, Sucker Punch, shows right up, glowing eyes and all. The player can choose to take a photo of him killing her, or several if they want, so Alan can hopefully submit the pictures into evidence, but he might not have the opportunity for reasons we'll discuss later. After the samurai takes her body away, Alan calls the police, and we thought we'd note that one of them says, "What are you looking at? I'd rather be eating a donut right about now." We'd like to commend The Simpsons for both making and breaking how social commentary is delivered in media. After a couple of on-screen text and script incongruencies during the conversation with the detective, he's incredulous, but if the player tries to hand him the pictures, he just says he'll see what he can do with them back at the station. The game then cuts to Alan leaving his house, then finding a shoe and determining that if he can find the other shoe, maybe that might lead him to the samurai killer. After Alan reaches the stairs, it fades to the credits. We don't know what Puppet Combo is going for on this one. From the looks of things, they're going for a mystery or thriller style, which is going to involve the player investigating clues that could lead Alan to uncover who the killer is, in a sort of Condemned and Fatal Frame fusion. We think they might be going for a more Sherlock feeling, but we're getting vibes that action-oriented survival horror might also play a part in this project. We're trying to figure out as to what puppet combo would be without having the player be chased at some point. The novelty of an old Nikon only lasts for a finite amount of time, so long as you're taking pictures of the most mundane and boringly common items of daily life, so we hope in some sort of future demo, the riveting gameplay will pick up at some point. Not everything has to be some sort of ADHD adapted cruelty squad mission on Molly, but horror can do better than make you think to yourself, I can do what most of this game consists of in real life, and it'd be more interesting. If this video gets 70 likes, an average view percentage of 50, and if 2% of everyone who watches comments, we'll have a video that's around 16 minutes long out in the next month. Thanks for watching.